Hey, this is Belinda with the Southern Scribe, and I wanted to do a little video this morning on showing other journal makers how to make videos for YouTube. I've looked through a lot of YouTube channels, looking at ladies' journals. I love the inspiration. There are so many fantastic artists in this community. And also on Facebook pages that I belong to groups, ladies will post videos of things they've made, and they'll be absolutely phenomenal. But the video will be in vertical orientation, up and down. Now, I really don't care. I watch the videos and enjoy the work. But I just know from personal experience, because when I first started trying to make videos for YouTube, I had such a hard time making videos for YouTube. I would be contacted by people saying that they loved my work and would subscribe to me, but that my videos got on their nerves, plain and simple. That apparently it's a pet peeve of the YouTube community if your videos aren't filmed landscape, so who knew? So anyway, I spent months trying to figure out how to be able to film a decent video in just a few minutes that, wasn't vertical and I could get uploaded, and I really struggled. I did. And I know that a lot of you out there can feel my pain. So I decided to make this video to tell you what I do. Now, it's not going to be the only way, and I am sure it's not the best. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and say now, after watching this video, if you have a better method, please, and I'm not being sarcastic, I'm begging, share it with us all. Leave a comment or message me and let me know, and I'll share it if you don't want to make a video. But this is the best way I know how for iPhone and non-iPhone users. So if you know something different, please, let us know, because I really do believe that when you share things, goodness comes back to you in tenfold. I've seen it, and just don't be afraid to share. I understand that there are a lot of people that make their living off of videos, and I have some favorite channels that I'm subscribed to, and I will see comments down below videos that say, please let us know how you film your videos. They're beautiful. There will be no reply. Now, my videos aren't necessarily beautiful, but they are in horizontal filming and landscape mode. So that's step one, so anything anybody could do to help us all improve on that, like I said, please let me know. But first of all, I want to say, if you have an iPhone, because I do, this is how I do it. You have to get your camera overhead to shoot down onto this like I'm shooting now. And if you don't have an iPhone, you still have to get that camera up over the top to film down. Now, that's consistent with any way that you do this. And I'm going to show you this really quick. All right, what my husband did for me to make a filming table is, let's pretend this is my kitchen table. I pull my chair up like I'm going to sit down. I would take a stack of books, any books, just so the two towers are the same height. And I would do a stack on the left and a stack on the right. I would do them, fairly wide apart to give me a good filming area. And he cut me a piece of lumber, right, and I would lay it right across the top there. And that's sort of like your filming platform. Your camera will be looking down on this area right here. You can lay a cloth or a fabric down here that marks the parameters of your filming area. That way, as long as your book or supplies, whatever you're filming, if they're in that area, they're on camera. That's really the easiest way to do it. And I'm going to use the rubber case that came off of my iPhone just to demonstrate really quick, what I used to do to get that orientation. I would take and pretend this is the board. It's laying across. There's books here underneath it, and it's looking down on the book down here that I'm filming. I would take my iPhone, or you can use any phone with this technique, or your camera, and I would turn it. On an iPhone, if you didn't know this, how you would naturally hold a phone to take a picture, this camera out here, facing out, is the best camera. There are two cameras on your iPhone, and I can't speak for other phones, but I imagine it's the same. The camera that you turn around to take a selfie does not have the same high definition as the outside camera. So, you'd face your phone like this with that camera down, and you're looking at your screen. The board's here. I would lay it on the board so that I would center it up, over my book, so that, and I could look right here and see what I was centering, you know, my filming area. And then I would take something with a little weight on it, like a bottle of glue, and sit it right there. And it would keep my phone from flipping off the board, you know, or it'll keep your camera from flipping off the board. And then you can just stand up, push the play button, and sit down and start filming your video. And when you finish, it will be in landscape orientation. The most important thing is that your stacks of books have to be high enough. That's what's causing the flipping on your video to vertical orientation after you film it. There's not enough distance between the camera and the object that you're filming. So stack your books up. I'm short, I'm 5'3". So what I would do was I would stack my books high enough so that when I stood up at my table and looked down, I could still see the face of my phone. I would know where I was filming. If I could look over the top and see that phone, that was a good distance, you know, and I knew that. So that's one way of doing it. Now you still can film that way with your iPhone, but there's another way to do the overhead, and I'll show you that too. It's my little makeshift thing. But the other thing you need to know is if you have an iPhone, all you have to do is get it overhead. It doesn't matter what orientation it's in. There is an app. It's a free app, and it is called Rotate Video. And it has a little cube icon with a swirled arrow in it, and it is red when you search in the App Store. And like I said, it's free. So what you do is you film your video, and most of mine when I film, even filming overhead like this, because I don't have a lot of distance now between my table and how my camera sits, it turns it sideways, and I have to turn, you know, people would have to turn their head to the left or right to watch my videos, and that's not good because, like I said, the YouTube community, they, you know, they don't like that. So what I would do was, lost my train of thought. I downloaded this app. Okay, so I film my video. When I get through, I look at it. Sure enough, it's turned sideways. It's all crooked or whatever. So I open the app. When I open the app, there's a camera button in the bottom left-hand portion of the screen. I tap the camera, and all my videos that are on my phone, you know, that are accessible by this app, and you have to give it permission to access your camera, of course. But I select the video that I want to rotate, and I push the button over here that says choose, or maybe it's the word choose. It's not a button, but I tap choose. All right, it says, then it will say compressing video, and you will see an ascending green line that shows you the progress of your video compression. When it finishes, there is a button in the center right here that is looks just like the icon for the app. It's a little square, and it's got an arrow in it, and I tap that, and it will literally turn that video around until it is in the orientation that you want it in. When you are looking at it the way that you want it, and for me, that's landscape, in the top right-hand corner, you push load. It either says upload or load, and that sends it back to your camera. Now, on your camera, you will have the original video, and you will have the video that you have now oriented correctly. So when you go to YouTube and you begin to upload a video, you just have to be careful to select the one that is in the correct orientation. Another perk of this app is that little compression trick that it does with your video, it shortens your upload time, or at least it has mine tremendously. I live in a rural area of Mississippi, and it used to take 2.5, 3 hours to upload a 14-minute video. Now it takes an hour, maybe an hour and 5 minutes. This is where my begging comes into play. If any of you know a better way, a faster way, please share it. Like I said, I have seen so many YouTubers refuse to share how they're filming their videos. I just don't understand that. I think that we are all in this community together. We are paper artists, book crafters, whatever you want to call us. But I think that sharing is very, very important. And anytime you help other people, it always comes back to you. And this seems like such a little thing. Unless you're one of those people who has had trouble making videos, and then it is a really big thing, because it pushed me to the point where I didn't even want to make a video, because I would spend I would film it and look at it and it would be crooked. I would delete it. I would film it and look at it and it would be turned again. And after 6 attempts, I would finally settle on the vertical up and down orientation with the little narrow screen, and it would take 3 hours to upload it. And then, you know, I would get all these comments like, oh, your video gets on my nerves. It's vertical, it's not landscape, and you have to, it needs to be landscape, you know. So just, if you know a way, share it, please. But this is how I do mine. Now, at the risk of showing you how messy my studio is, I'm about to show you the getup that I have. I no longer use the books and the piece of lumber, and that was great for starting off. But my husband rigged up something for me, and I'm going to move my camera now, and I hope that this doesn't give you motion sickness. You see, this is an old book that I tear pages out of. This is a student lamp. Do you see it now? The lamp arm that you get at Walmart for like 10 bucks. All right. My husband took the lamp bell off, and in the electronics department, they have this little tripod that sits about 5 or 6 inches tall. It's little rubber legs and has this phone holder on it. And you can still use it for if you're doing selfie style videos. But this, we took the holder off and my husband just mounted it right up there. It was very simple to do with the hardware that already came with this and with the lamp arm, because this is what this screw held the bell of the lamp on. And I hang my phone from here facing down. Sometimes it's crooked, sometimes it's not, because I don't have a lot of distance. But I don't care, because I use rotate video to turn my to turn my, whoops, bet I made you drunk then, didn't I? To turn my phone like I want to turn it. So these are just tips, and I hope that they're helpful to you. Like I said, it's not really journal making, but it kind of is, because the video making, if you want to share your work, is so important. So anyway, please let me know if this helps, and if you have a better idea, I'm begging you to share. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.